Hello, welcome to my fourth Beastieball recruit 'em all run. We got a, like 3 hour, 22-minute time yesterday that probably should have been more like 3 hours, 15 minutes. And we're gonna see how this goes. Mentally preparing for the fact that this is what I'm doing for the next 3.5 hours of my life, if not longer. And let's do it. Alright, Kitchik. Let's go, Kitchik. Half here, but also not. That's so fine, Mermaid. Anyway, we pick Kitchik because it is the, like, one of the best just damaging beasties in the game. So it's going to be really good at helping us get through the story, which we obviously do need to do as there are a few beasties which are post-game exclusive. Anyway, here we are, that's the intro. We're going to immediately go north, immediate divergence from the any percent route, because we want the Beastiepedia as soon as possible, and we also want to get some early game recruits just to have a few more beasties on the team to help us out with stuff. And also grab a whole lot of items. Anyway, here we go. So we have a BRS sponsorship, which is going to get us a bit of money every time we do some research on beasties, which happens by playing ball with them. I'm going to grab a healing item there, just so I have it on hand. And also going to beat some guardians along the way, because experience is nice, and we do need to level up eventually. And you get the best experience for beasties who are kind of around your level. So it's good to get a little bit of the grinding out of the way at the start. There is no Wooly on this screen right now. We are recruiting one beastie around here in a moment, but since there isn't one yet, we will simply come back because we do have to go through that screen a couple more times while we're grabbing items. In the meantime, we're going to set up the rank coach match with Kaz, which is not going to happen for another 40 minutes or so. I'm still at full health, so I can just fight Ida now. We're gonna win this fight real quick. Another thing we have to do before beating Kaz. Thank you for the good luck, Ashley. No, I need you to go forward. There we go. Okay. Also, again, gets us some experience. I think we're going to hit level 10 here, which is going to get us a better attack on Kitchik. Yeah, there we go. And obviously better stats and take less damage, which is all very good in order to recruit Wooly, which we need to do in a moment. So we're just going to zip straight back down out of Jasper and grab some items on the right side first, and also be very excited to see a Wooly here, but also in the sense of making it more consistent, I am going to serve because I need it to receive 3 attacks. And if it hits me first, it's going to potentially be able to, you know, knock me out, which is not good in terms of trying to get attacks received. Since I have all the research done on Kalarva, I'm going to try and get its recruit condition done as well here. And I can recruit it here. I have 2 jerseys at the moment. If the Wooly doesn't move, we're all set. And it moved. So we unfortunately don't get Wooly. We do get a Kalarva, which is nice enough. So if someone could please check off Kalarva, that's our first recruit of the day. In the meantime, we will again be on that screen again in a moment. But we want to go and grab these spot salts here so we can eventually change it to straight. Just jumping off a cliff there casually, warping back to Jasper, and we can heal. Talking to Caroline here, more stuff that we need to do before fighting Kaz later. And also grab a shiny object up there in preparation for going up this way. Is there a Wooly this time? There is. Again, we want to serve to it. This one's level 7, but I will knock it out if I hit into it. Anyway, we already have Kalarva, so we aren't getting any excess research. We want to try and save research as long as we possibly can, because we earn more money if we do it later when we have a platinum sponsor rather than just a regular sponsorship. All right, please don't move to the side. I'm going to be extremely upset if you move to the side. Thank you. There we go. That's 3 received, so that is Wooly. If someone could please check them off. All right, and now we are off this way. I'm just gonna skip past that Guardian real quick because we can't one-shot them, so it's not really worth our time, the same way some of the other Guardians were. And now we're gonna clip out of bounds. Very slightly. And get to a late game area. Because there's an item we want here. And, well, 2 items we want here, but most importantly, there are a couple items we want here, one of which is the glimmering object we're going to pick up here. And the exercise video over here. This is 1,000 views, we'll be back later. Anyway, that's everything we need to do around Jasper, so we're heading back to Rutile, resting up, and we're going to go south now towards Beryl. We need 1 recruit along the way here in Rookie. We also need to fight this Guardian and actually succeed at getting that little jump there, which I have been out of practice for ever since it was routed out of the any percent route, like, since about 2 months after the game first released in early access. Just timing it is a little hard, because you can't see below you all that well on the screen when you're zooming around at the speed of sound. There is a rookie there, but I'm already below it, so I'm simply gonna go on my merry way and hope there is one on this screen. Do we see one? There is one there. Awesome. Strength tokens there, which I'm going to get a bit of money from in a bit. Anyway. So I think there's a chance I'm going to have enough research on Shugo, but if I don't, I'd rather not recruit it now. So I need to use 2 support moves. That's 2 support moves. Unfortunately, I am going to recruit Shugo here. Or I am going to finish its research here, which I didn't really want to do, but that does mean that if I have the jersey for it, I might as well recruit it, but I don't think I do at the moment, so. We're getting Rookie here, we can get Shuga again later, but we won't be on a screen where we can get Rookie for a hot minute, so we want to do it now. There we go. If someone could please check off Rookie. We get a friendship play. Having call out on Kitchik will be mildly useful later, I suppose. Anyway. Couple more things to grab. We get past that Guardian with ease, which is always lovely. And here we are in Beryl. We got a bunch of things to do here over time, one of them which is talk to Bilba, so we can initiate the rank coach fight here. Another of which is sell a bunch of stuff, so we can buy more jerseys, because we need lots of jerseys. We are ideally going to need about 10 for the next period of the game. So let's get that many. Unfortunately, I have forgotten that I can't really buy that many yet, because there are other things I also have to buy, so that was a bit of a mistake there. We need to train Kitchik to be nice and strong, so I'm going to be going and grabbing a bit of money real quick in Rutile, I think. Nope, that's the wrong one. We don't want the exercise video. We in fact want the spa salts, so it gets Watchtower, which will be mildly useful later. Anyway, here's Ribbon. We're gonna challenge her and again come back to her later. Get back here for an item. Zip into Rutile real quick just because there's a shiny object here we can grab for some extra money. And I can sell it up here, so I'm gonna do that. Because I think it's probably a little faster to get to here. There we go, 117, and I can sell the Daredillo Energy, and now I have enough money to buy the boating license. Which allows us to start crossing the sea. Rest one more time just to make sure. And I have 10 jerseys, so I'm all set for the near future. And we're gonna go across the sea. There are a few recruits we could get along here, which would be nice. That's a Petula, so I'm actually gonna put Rookie up front here. We do see level 10 and level 10. We also have a Taroga on the field, which is fantastic because we need both of these at some point. First thing I'm going to do is use Quick Breath here, because we need to use 2 moves that the Taroga knows, and it happens to know Quick Breath. Alright, I'm gonna Quick Breath again here and really hope that it doesn't Careful Shot, and it doesn't, so we're good. So there we go, that's Taroga's Recruit condition completed. And with one more feeling given, we'll have completed Petula's Recruit condition, so we should be able to have both of these now, which is super nice. Okay. So, if someone could please check off Petula. And I am going to add them to the team. We don't need Rookie around anymore. Petula has a Metamorph that we need to get. If someone could also check off Taroga, that would be great. And we're also going to need a Waglash. You'll see the little shark guys. Hopefully we're going to run into one of them. If we don't, no big deal. We will be back on the sea later. Oh, but there's one right here. Very convenient. And it's Launcher, which is perfect. We take those. So Waglash's Recruit condition is take 30 plus damage from an attack from this beastie, which we just did very easily. So now I'm going to win this fight. And if someone could check up Waglash, that is the fastest the sea has ever gone. By all means, I've always previously in the... I've always in the other runs I've done of this category had to do a little more than that in order to get those, but they were literally like right along my path. Anyway, we're gonna jump in some water real quick and take a swim. And also get this campsite here. And then dip. There's a Guardian over there, we don't care. We'll need to be back there in the post-game in about 3 hours, RTA. But we don't need to go there right now. That has really high level beasties, so we're just going to leave it at the moment. I'm also going to move its Spreco up to the front. And now we're going to do a bunch of stuff here. On Cerise Atoll, there are some quests we need to initiate. There's also a healing point, which we need to grab, and a club jersey here, which we can use to recruit a beastie up to level 20 instead of just level 10. So, we need to win this match real quick. So we are going to do that. This is a match with a Guardian, so we don't have any recruits we can do here. We can also, I think, yeah, force the Taroga out, so we're nice and safe, because this Waglash is wiped, so it can't do anything but free ball. When you're reduced to an amount of stamina 0 or below, you get wiped, which means you can't really take any actions because you are simply too tired. We showed Ziggy there, the toy anchor, that ball is life, and so they're going to give us something that we need for a quest to get them to move and go back into the ocean later. In the meantime, I'm going to fail a skip a bunch of times. There we go. Finally got it. And we are going to encounter our first Rowdy Beastie and make it disappear. Watch this. No more Rowdy Beastie. We aren't going to let Sreko touch that shroom, but that's the start of the Mushroom Colony quest line, which is super useful to get started because it is what gets us the Platinum sponsor as soon as we possibly can. We are now going to go the third direction, and I am going to successfully run away from Blade, which I didn't know was possible, but probably not on the way back. Oh, no, never mind. They're just not around. Okay, well, that's chill. I didn't need to beat them anyway. Time save. Anyway, a few more things we need to do. I guess I'm not going to beat you because I don't care. And you're not going to get me as much experience as if I was here earlier. Anyway, we have some more warp point gathering to do, and also a recruit to do, ideally. We need to get a Platena here. Not that one is a numbered beastie. We can, however, do this one. Platena's recruit condition, and we do have a jersey for this now. Platena's recruit condition is to boost any beastie's mind defense twice. And since Sprecco was just actually tornado balled out, I'm actually just going to reset this because it's going to become a lot harder. Let me use a snack on Sprecco. And let's try that again. Where were you? There you are. And now there's nothing that'll tornado ball me out, I think. Nope, never mind, the Collider might. But we will see. Okay, a Raw Fury, that was more ideal. So now I can actually click call out, which is nice. Okay. So that's one boost on Sprecco. That doesn't kill, right? Yeah, okay, we're good, we're good. And, or sorry, one boost on Kitchik. There we go. We have all the boosts we need. And now we can recruit Platena, which we are going to need for fighting Riven in a bit. We unfortunately also get the research on Collider, which means we lose out on some money later, but we do have the Platena. If someone could check them off, please. They're going to help out quite a lot in the upcoming fight against Jack. And we'll be back on this screen in not too long. But in the meantime, we're just going to grab a shiny object and dip. And I do also actually want Platena on the team, so I'm going to fix that now. Since we're not on the sea right now, I'm going to take the Petula off the team. And we are going to skip the beetles here by making them go to space. No explanation required. I trust that that all makes sense to everyone. Let's put... what's the best order for this? Probably that. We have to beat Jack here, so let's do that. Alright. Let me block Sabertooth in case they come to the front, which they don't. We're gonna just... this as quickly as I can. Let's click corner shot so that Sabertooth starts going down. I'm gonna put Kitchik in now. We can lose a point here just fine. There we go. Okay, Kitchik survives and is below 33 stamina, which is actually very good. As it means we start doing a whole lot more damage due to power up. Unfortunately, we don't quite win there, so I'm gonna just tag in Wooly here and intentionally lose this point so that I can get someone back in who can deal a little more damage. Shove can go over Quick Breath. I'm probably actually gonna change it back at some point. You're going to click Cold Calculation, and for that I would like Kolarva in, I think. Oh, I could have tagged Pitch again. Unfortunate. Okay, don't move forward, please. Thank you. There we go. And then I should be able to... I don't want to use Shield yet. Let's give Wooly Desperate Force just for useful stuff. And then we should knock out Lioness here, as long as they don't tag out, which they don't, because Jack's AI is not very good at this point in the game. There we go. That's Jack beaten. If someone could also tick off War Mask. This is nice, because that means I don't actually have to recruit a War Mask, because I got a Kalarva early. Convenient. Alright, I am also going to, real quick, get a jersey that is hiding over this way. That's a league jersey, which recruits a beastie up to level 30, which means we could recruit any of the ones around here if we wanted to, which we don't right now because that would be very difficult and not worth our time. But we will appreciate having it in the future because it saves us $100. Anyway, some cutscenes to skip around here, some out-of-bounds tricks to do to make the area slightly faster, and mainly collecting items around here slightly faster. Here's the second one where we just sort of run into a wall and grab a bunch of money items. That was a sparkling object, which is $120. We'll need a lot of jerseys over the course of this run, somewhere in the range of 70. So having a lot of money so we can spend them is good. Am I going to spit this to marathons? Yes. Anyway, last little bit here. There we go, and I'm actually just gonna dip right along here so that I prevent a guardian from spawning. Good stuff. I could get a trat while I'm here, but I will also probably get a trat later. And now we are going to gather a whole bunch of warp points real quick. Yes, Mermaid, I am specifically doing this because Complete-a-thon has submissions open. Anyway, here's another league jersey, which we will use later. Here's an exercise video, one of which we got earlier. Actually, two of which we got earlier. They can be used to raise a beastie's level at a gym, which is useful. But we won't be doing that for a while. Anyway, and another league jersey. I'm gonna see if I can line this up first try. It's a little weird to line up, but I do finally get it first try after several attempts where I did not. And we're gonna grab that and continue on our merry way. And utterly fail that guardian skip, which is fine because I did not have a good setup for it. Anyway. We need a couple recruits around here. UFL is one of them, so let's get that going. We also have some scrub-ups in the back. So let's move Sprecko forward here. We are going to need to volley 3+ times, and also to tag out a beastie 2+ times. That's one volley. I'm probably going to call it there to start with. Let's put Warmask in, because they need some experience. Alright. 2 volleys. Free ball over here. And hope they don't attack Sprecko, because if they do, I will be sad. Tag out a beastie again. Oh, I have a Neural Net. Neural Net's a nice trait here, which allows Platena to receive attacks in place of allies. Unfortunately, Sprecko is going to go down here, so I am going to have to tag it out, but that's fine. We will make do. So I can now recruit both of these once I'm ready. Let's just send Kitchik in for the experience. And get the win. Great. If someone could please check off UFL and also Scrub Up. We are going to add them to the team at some point, but not yet. There's no Marifly along here. We'll need one of those as well in a bit. We still need our Platena to actually hit level 19, which it has not yet, which is kind of annoying, but we'll make do. I'm just gonna heal it up real quick. Anyway, here's Miranda. We can get some free attract sprays. Beastie that specializes in mind power, such as Wormask. Beastie that can learn how to juggle, such as Wooly. And Beastie from the Chroma Sea, such as Waglash. Oh, there are some Mariflies. Let's just grab one here. Do I have a way to boost stats enough? Yes, I do. It's going to require a bit of switching around, but let's do it while we're here. Tag Kitchik out for not Wooly. That was not the correct one. I in fact meant to tag out into Warmask because they know a move called Heart Harden, which boosts their spirit defense 2 times. I suppose at some point I should explain how the attacking types work. There are several different attacking types. Spirit, Mind, and Body. And each beastie has both an offensive and a defensive stat for all of those. Hello, Prova! Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And there we go, that is Marifly's recruit condition completed. So we're just gonna win this fight now. Then hope neither of them moves to the side. Cool. Alright, if someone could please check off Marifly. And there we go, that's all the recruits we need in this little area. And here's Myconia Grove, featuring the second of the 3 mushroom colonies we're going to visit. And also a couple items we'd like, such as that Super Attract Spray, and there's also a protein bar over this way if I don't miss the jump, which I did not. Fantastic. I messed that up like 3 times in my previous run. Anyway, here is the second mushroom colony. We are going to need to beat Reese real quick, which we should hopefully be able to do with our current array of beasties, despite the fact that we will be severely underleveled. Alright. Are you gonna knock us out? You are. Let's tag Sprecko in here and hope we can make do. Gonna have to improvise here a bit because Kitchik is not quite as high a level as I would like them to be. Oh, but hey, they get tagged back in because of Tornado Ball. That's actually fantastic. You love to see it. So we can knock out Jeremy the Flattern here. Lieutenant gets Lay Trap, which we will take. There we go, that's Jared. Move Platena forward because Reese is gonna click Reach Shot. And now we win. Celia there, who is next to Reese and will disappear as soon as I hit the skip cutscene button and clap, is the head of the BC Research Society, so we're trying to impress them and get a platinum sponsor from them as soon as possible, so we can enter the Crown Series, but more importantly, so we can earn a lot more money. Here we go, if someone could check off Ostraci. And now we can make another BC disappear. I'm gonna watch a replay that doesn't take any time to watch. So there we go, that's the second colony. We are now going to warp back down to this campsite here and get the third colony. Never mind, we are going to do one other thing first. Never mind, we are going to do this first. Are we going to do this first? I do need... How many club jerseys do I have? I have 1, but I have several league jerseys, so I can actually use those. I need to recruit some beasties on this screen in a bit, which is what I am currently thinking about in my head. There's a lot to manage here. Anyway, we're gonna metamorph Sprecko here into Bongus, and that gives me slightly more time to think. I need just that tiny bit more experience on Platena. Oh, I can use an exercise video. That's what I'll do. I need it to metamorph into Platypulse so that it has much better defenses and can also help us metamorph it into Plation against Riven, who we're gonna fight in a moment. So let's warp down to Barrel, and there is a gym here, so I can do that right here. As I mentioned before, exercise videos, very useful. I skipped the cutscene where it was about to metamorph because I am too quick on the draw. So now we get to hear the metamorph sound effect twice at once. And the reason I want to fight Riven now is because, we cannot actually buy any higher level jerseys until we have beaten a ranked coach. Riven is the first one we want to beat, and we're going to lead Platypulse and Bongus here. We have Callout, Cool Beans. And Riven is the optimal fight to get Platian on. We're going to hit Baz first, and we get lucky with who gets provoked. If Bongus gets provoked there, we basically just reset because it's really annoying and we can't start clicking call out as soon. What we need to do is we need to boost Platypulse's defenses to +5 and then receive 3 attacks. So that's 2. This will be 4. And this will be 5. Neural net paying dividends here, of course. Oh, Bongus is angry, so I actually need to take one more turn, unfortunately. Riven wasting my time just a little bit. There we go. That's 5. So let's start dealing some damage, because we do need to deal damage eventually. And I can use Heat Up to start dealing a little more damage. That is 1 attack received. Heat Up applies the sweaty status effect. 2 attacks received, which is useful in the interests. I'm going to use Refresh to actually heal a little bit. Sweaty is useful in just dealing a bit of damage. Anyway, let's move to the back just to make sure Bilbo doesn't blow us up, which I don't think they're going to do, but I'd like to make absolutely certain that we are not going to lose this fight. And now Baz shields, so my time is being wasted, unfortunately, but we will make do nonetheless. And now we have Riven in a checkmate where we can just, and this is something we'll do on most coaches we have to fight in the game, where we can just continually serve and win the match. There we go. And with that, if someone didn't check off Platypulse already, please check that off. And also, please check off Platian in a moment. Platian is an extinct beastie. And we're going to be able to go show them to an NPC outside this Beastieball Center, who is going to give us $300 for showing her an extinct beastie. Platian we don't really need on the team anymore. We have done everything we need to with them. Anyway, I need to remember what I need to do next. And I need to get sponsored by the Beastieball World Network, which does nothing. And I am going to show her an extinct beastie if I can scroll up or down, because I'm forgetting how it is sorted. There we go. There we go. So now we are going to head back up to Begonia and finally make good on that sponsorship we were planning on. We'll be back to actually beat Celia in a little bit, but we do want to get more money. I did also forget to buy some jerseys, so I may do that real quick. Hold on. What do I have in the way of jerseys? I have 4. I need 4. We're good. Okay. So we're going to zoop back out. I'm also going to grab an item while I'm here before I forget, which is the athletic spray, which we will use to get more experience and do one of our 3 grinds during this run later. This route is very crunchy and quite new, if you could not tell, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, we need to go off to the Jasper Mines in order to recruit some more beasties there. Also going to grab another item we can sell there. Try and skip this Guardian if I'm quick enough, which I am. Nice. Alright, first one of these beasties we need to recruit. Troglum, and we also have Millimine and Skibble here, which is fantastic. I'm going to move Bongus forward. And we're going to start clicking Call Out to boost Castle Elite's body defense, because we need to boost its body defense twice for Skibble's Metamorph condition. we need to also tag in a beastie to receive an attack. So I'm just gonna tag someone in willy-nilly here, and I realized that I actually forgot that I can't really do that yet because I do in fact need to boost body defense a couple times, so tagging out was actually a waste of time. Oops. We can fix that right here. There we go. Now you can see on the little tooltip there that Wormask's defense status high enough, and so we can tag someone out again to try and receive an attack. We need to leave Bongus in because the other beastie here, Troglum, needs us to wipe something out with a sideways attack. And Bongus is the beastie on our team with one of those at the moment. So there we go. So if someone could check off Troglum, please. If someone could check off Skibble. And if someone could check off Millamine. There is one more beastie we do need to grab here, and that is Radillo, which might be a little hard to get because it has quite a low spawn rate. And I'm going to avoid using an attract spray because I don't want it up for the near future, so we are going to simply reset screens a little bit. In a marathon setting, I might use an attract spray here and just deal with the consequences and slightly more money I have to pay later. But anyway, there are a couple healing items we want out here, so it's not all that bad. Electrolytes and smoothie, very good healing items. We can now also heal here. And I am just going to quickly check this screen. And if there is not one, I am going to simply reset the screen over and over again. In-game time pauses while you are in screen transitions, so this really only loses like a couple seconds every time we reset the screen. And I am looking for a red little ball. There is a guardian here, so I'm making sure to not... Oh, there was one on my screen, and I didn't see it until it was a little too late. Oops. The reason why I don't want an attract spray up is because it increases the levels of beasties that appear, which I don't want to happen for one of the next places I'm going, because it'll mean I'll have to use higher level jerseys that I want to and lose money. Money is somewhat of a concern in this run. We, as I mentioned, do need to buy a lot of jerseys. This is an unfortunate amount of time it's taking. So at this point, it might have saved time to actually just use the attract spray because it'll be running out soon, but there we go. Here's our Radillo. Radillo's recruit condition is to move or shift a beastie to receive an attack, so we are going to simply move a whole bunch and hope that it attacks into the beastie that moves. And when it does, we can win. But until it does, we can't go anywhere. And it is determined to keep us hostage as long as it can. There we go. So now we can recruit this, and we'll be all set with mines. Hello, Cell, how are you? There we go. That is a Radillo. If someone could check off Radillo, please. There we go. That is everything we need to recruit in mines. There is, however, an exercise video right down here that we're going to grab. Here to help. Thank you so much. And now we're going to warp down to Jasper, because we're basically right here. It requires basically no map movement, and we are going to beat Kaz now. Need to talk to the third board person in town in order to finish his little fetch quest so we can actually challenge him. We unfortunately get a little sponsor cutscene there because I'm going a little bit slowly, but it's fine. I'm going to get Marifly out here and Oh, I can't do that here because I'm already in the locker room. Never mind, I'll just lose a little bit of time. Bolt here does this annoying... Oh, and Marifly wouldn't have helped anyway. Okay, it would not have sped anything up, so now I don't feel bad about it. Bolt, the Sephirin here, unfortunately shields turn 1, which means we can't knock it out immediately, and it slows down the fight ever so slightly. But it's fine. Kaz is easy. We do the ranked coaches in a fairly specific order so that they don't scale very much. When you beat ranked coaches or beat rowdy beasties, that can increase the scaling of all the future ranked coaches you fight. So we do them in a particular order in order to make that as little of an issue as possible. Anyway, we've beaten Kaz now. We have some items to sell, so I'm going to do that real quick. And now suddenly we're going to have a whole lot of money, which I am going to use to buy a whole bunch of club jerseys. I'm going to buy up to 9. Maybe I will simply buy as many as I can right now, because like 18 is the amount I need for the foreseeable future. So that'll do. After Kaz, we are now going to go down to Preserve. And there are a few things we need to recruit here. One of which is Humplet, and there is one here on screen already, so I'm going to do that one first. Let's serve with Bongus. That'll make this very slightly faster. I simply need to land a body and a spirit attack. So starting with a spirit attack there, which does less damage, and then going to finish with a body attack. Assuming they don't move out of the way. There we go. If someone could check off Humplet, please. And the other thing we need to do is we need to find a Dig'em out here. They are in these little mounds, and we are going to get them to show up. There's another Humplet, but that's not one we want, actually. We do still, however, need to fulfill its recruit condition, because Dig'em's recruit condition is that we fulfill 2 of the other beasties on the field for recruit conditions, because it's all about friendship. So we're going to hope that this Supasum doesn't move out of the way, and unfortunately it does, but hey, that gets us the recruit for Supasum, which we do also need. So I guess I'll get them now. There are 2 different colors of Humplet, one of which metamorphs into Heliath, which does not appear in the wild, and one of which metamorphs into Lunaptra, which does, so we need the Heliath one. And I'm going to reset the screen and find a Dig'em. That is not a Dig'em. That is also not a Dig'em. I am trying my best not to run into things here, but unfortunately it is sometimes hard to see with all of the trees. Okay, we see a Humplet, a Sephirin, and a Platana. That is quite doable. Correct me if I am wrong, chat. We do not have a Sephirin yet. Am I correct in that assumption? Platana, that'll be Platana, and this will be Humplet. There we go. I don't actually need to get Sephirin here, so I'm probably not going to. Just gonna tag Platian in for safety. And there we go, we win. Okay, I do not have Sephirin. I can get it later. There are plenty of places I can get a Sephirin, and I'd rather not spend a club jersey on it if I don't have to. Anyway, there's Dig'em, and there is Humplet. Please check those both off. Actually, I already had a Humplet, so I really just wasted a jersey, I think. Oops. That's a bit of money lost, but we will deal with it. Next up, we are going to go fight Celia finally, and I am already in power-up range, which means all of my attacks are going to do more damage, which is very useful. I could also, if I wanted to, train Castlete a little bit. There's the Sports King. Oh, okay. I'm being a little slow, so I'm getting all of this stuff. Oh, okay, right. Jack spawns here. I forgot. I don't think this precludes Jack from spawning other places. But this is not ideal because it is slightly slow. We'll get some experience out of it, at least. Are you gonna kill Wormask? Yes, you will absolutely kill Wormask. Let's send Flavian in. There we go. Let's use a combo move here to heal up. Beasties form relationships after a while playing with them, which I start getting them stat buffs. I'm actually going to tag in Wooly here. Wooly has a useful ability in Watchtower, which means that it's going to take sort of any attack that comes at them. That means we can sort of reset that point and get a fresh start. I'm guessing Manticore is going to tag out here, or at least stay in and stay in the back row, so we can just win that with Careful Shot. Get a little bit of money for it. And now we can finally actually take on Celia. And Ostracize, as I was going to mention, is in power-up range. Its trait is power-up, which means it does more damage if it is at 50% HP or below. Are you going to click Prepared Attack into Ostracize? I do not have... Okay. So I am actually going to need to tag them out, which is annoying, because it means that this entire strategy was kind of moot. But I can hopefully get them back in the near-ish future. Alright, you're gonna lay traps again. This is actually going quite poorly. I'm not sure if I'm gonna win this. Yep, I may lose, so I'm gonna restart this real quick because I don't have a way to win this due to being on too low HP. But luckily, we get a full heal whenever we exit a ranked coach fight, so I did not really lose very much time there, maybe a minute or so. And now we're gonna do it the way that will almost certainly work better. Go to the front row here in case of Careful Shot. Nope, I want you to go forward. There we go. And click shove into Morel. Perfect. Kneebender should still knock out Amanita here. Or Toadstool. Okay, Toadstool comes back in and actually means that Celia doesn't lose quite as immediately, but that's fine. We will simply be here a moment, and this is our third ranked coach, which we want to do. Basically, we want to get 3 ranked coaches out of the way as soon as we possibly can, because if we don't, there is a fight full of RNG. The only fight in the game where damage numbers are random, and they are entirely random, as a little poke against some other series you may have heard of. So there would be a battle there if we took more than an hour to get here, but we didn't, because we're smarter than that. Next up, we have a whole bunch of recruits to do over this way in the Solanum Weld. I'm going to find a ball and grab a club jersey real quick by throwing it at this wall. There are a whole lot of overworld puzzles in this game which can be solved with the solution of throw ball at thing. It is a lot of fun. Right. Gonna beat this Guardian because I am gonna need to come back through here soon, and it's also gonna get us pretty good experience because they're right around my level. There we go. Nice and quick, and it'll mean we don't have to skip them in the future. And now I am going to use the first of many attract sprays during this run to make sure that Beastie variation is higher. Here's a Skull Copy, which is awesome. Let's use a Protein Bar on Bongus real quick. So we have Skull Copy, Charlie, and Seekit. The Charlie we aren't going to be able to recruit, and I kind of forgot about that. So I will simply level up my Marifly later. Which I can certainly do. This Skull Copy we're going to need to activate the trait of in a bit. It has a trait called Stealthy. We also aren't going to get this Seekit because it's not on the field. And there we go. What it basically needs us to do is activate its stealthy trait. And I am going to hopefully not have Bongus get attacked here. If Bongus does get attacked, it's bad. Bongus does get attacked and it's bad. Unfortunate. Wild Beastie AI is entirely random. You are seeing some of it there. However, if we lose to a beastie, it'll still be there, and sometimes it'll show up with new and different friends, such as this one that has just now shown up with sea kits. And there is one on the field, which means we can actually start recruiting one. Sea kit, we need to hit with a couple mind attacks, so we can do that with Platian. And we can also do that with Warmask. I'm actually going to tag Warmask in because I would like to deal less damage so that I don't win before I get the Skull Copy recruit condition off. Hard Hardened doesn't really do anything there, I clicked it anyway. Anyway, Seekit, my love, so true. It is a wonderful little guy. And there we go, that is Stealthy activated. I'm going to block the Sea Kit here just in case they were going to knock out Bongus, which they were not all that close to, but close enough that I was a little scared. And hopefully the Skull Copy does not move. There we go. Alright. Alright, if someone could check off Skull Copy, I'm going to add them to the team because they have a very useful move in Stare Down. And if someone could check off Sea Kit, please. I do need one of the balls from over here, so let me do that real quick. As there are more walls I have to knock. There we go. Here's Gastick. Gastick's recruit condition is super easy. You just need to hit it with a body attack, which it is immune to. So we will do that real quick. And then tag you out for Skull Copy, I guess. Yep, and they give us the nice thing, which is going to get us a fully boosted Zigzag. Alright. There we go. Oh, I never got the Platinum sponsorship. Oh, that's quite bad. Anyway, could someone please check off Gastick? That means we're losing out on a lot of money here. Because I think I... Did I not visit? No, because I did visit Bongus. What's happening? Anyway. I do need a web ounce, so let's do that real quick. Let's also heal up Skull Copy. There we go, where are you? Please do that. I wanted them to serve, but this works too, I guess. Alright. Just going to use teleport there to actually put Ostracite at the front so I can win this faster. Web Bounce's recruit condition is a super easy one. Launch an attack while with beasties share the left or right lane, which is quite easy to do when they start using Sidewinder on you and push your beastie to the side lane. I'm going to get the level 21 because it'll require less grinding to metamorph into Goopster. And there we go. If someone could check off Web Bounce, please. I do need another ball. Can I one-shot you? No. Okay, you're not worth my time. Whenever I run into a Guardian, that is something I check. Anyway, I need a ball, because I need to throw them at walls. There we go. And one more screen over here. What else do I need? I have everything except for Cheerilee, and Cheerilee's going to be tricky to get. Anyway, if I can do some sillies here, I might be able to kick this into a wall, but I'm not having any luck because my beasties are getting in the way. That saves a little bit of time if you can manage it. Anyway, we will get a Cheerilee in a little bit. I am just simply zipping through here in order to get a warp point as per usual. Let's go back to Begonia and actually talk to Celia so we can start earning more money, because I waxed poetic about how much money we're going to earn with this sponsorship and then didn't actually receive it, which was not very smart of me. There we go. Did I get it? Did I actually get it? I skipped the cutscene. There we go. Okay, it did show up. Right, I think Celia gave me an item of some sort as well. I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, that's the weld. Next thing we have to do is grind a bunch. So I'm actually going to get out a few things that I want to level up. One of those does need to be the Marifly. One of those does need to be the Gastic at some point, but let's also get the Scrubub out, because that one's going to be a little bit harder to do. And we are going to use an Athletic Spray and go lose a bunch to Jack, who should spawn here. There we go. So we're going to lose a bunch. I'm going to tag in some beasties so they earn some experience, and the AI should attack the easy KO here in the Marifly. There we go. And now I'm just going to sort of farm like this for a little bit. It is the least interesting part of the run, but it does have a lot of recruits real quick. If someone could please check off Blue Mask. Simply tagging out Ostracide because beasties that are on the field receive experience, beasties that are not on the field do not. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. I do need Wooly to also receive some, so... Oh, they unfortunately survived. There we go, now they're down, which means it's going to be easier to farm experience with them. We do want to have Ostracide gain a lot of experience here, because it is going to be sort of our main for most of the game. But we also want to make sure we have beasties that are around the same level as the opponent, so that we get more experience from losing. It is also worth noting that most encounters in this game you cannot do this against. Jack is one of a few story encounters which have a special property where the experience they give you does not diminish. So that you can, so that you don't get stuck on them, basically, in a casual playthrough. And of course, as with all features like this in games, we abuse this to the fullest as speedrunners. Having an Athletic Spray up, as I mentioned, doubles our experience for an amount of time. And that'll help a lot. Marifly has now hit level 20, so it should metamorph into Charlie after this match. Unless we'll take it off the team. We do want this Scrubber to get all the way to Beetleback, the next metamorph at level 27, so we're going to leave it on the team for a bit longer. If someone could please check off Charlie. We get to hear the absolutely lovely Metamorph music. The game's soundtrack was made by Lena Raine, who is, of course, fantastic. Known for such small games as Celeste and Minecraft. Anyway, let's bring some more friends aboard. Who should we start with? I do need a Humplet. I do need to train a Web Bounce up, so let's put them on the team. Let's also put Wooly up here, so we can more consistently get them experience. Watchtower is super nice for grinding because it means that the beastie who is going to go down always takes the attack, which is quite convenient. Ostracide is getting kind of beyond the point where it's getting super efficient experience here, so we don't want it in many points. And eventually I am going to switch it out of the leading slot because, again, we want to gain as much experience as we can, and once it's past Jack's level, it starts getting significantly less experience for every level it gains. Dramatic Exit is a very useful move, which we are going to have Humplet learn. Anyway, here is Wooly metamorphing into Fetch'em. If someone could please check off Fetch'em. I'm gonna hop into my team reserves and bring out Gastic, because they are an easy KO. I am also going to leave Ostracai out for a little bit longer, because again, we do need it to be quite a high level at the end of this. Gastic is an easy KO for a spirit move. It has almost no spirit defense, so we're going to leave it on the field now as the sacrificial lamb, as it were. While we get a bunch of experience for the stuff beside it. Gotta head out. See you, Juno. Good chatting. Enjoy your D&D. Just spreading the love with experience as much as I can. I can only really get 3 in per point. Anyway, if someone could please check off Whisper. Farewell is existing? That's so fair. Farewell is such a good chapter. Whisper is now maybe not going to go down to the spirit attack, but we will see. It hopefully still will. Yep, okay. Its spirit defense is still just bad enough. Web Outs here learns Confident Pass, which is super useful. If I can click the buttons, this would speed things up usually. The main thing we do need here is we need Ostracai to get a bunch of levels, and we need to get Grub Iron to Beetleback. This is just the most efficient place to do that. I did actually mean to learn Thump there, despite the fact that I did not click yes on that dialog box. Great. Nope, I tagged in a VC that would not get me quite as much experience as some of the others, but it's fine. We do, again, need Ostracai to get some experience. We're going to need it to be level 36 in order to metamorph in a little bit, so we do want to make sure it gets to that point. Tag into Web Outs here, which will metamorph. Oh, I tagged the wrong beastie. Oops. Guess that means I can share the love a little bit more then. Oh, Web Outs doesn't go down. Tragic. Guess that means I can share the love a little bit more then. Experience, very kindly, does not diminish when you have more beasties in a point. Anyway, there's Grub Iron hitting level 27, which means I can have someone check off Beetleback, please. Okay. I would ideally... Who else? Is there anyone else I need to grind here? I don't really think so. No, yeah, let's just get on our merry way and win this fight. I am also gonna update Goofster's plays just while I'm thinking about it, because we do want it to have cheer. Anyway, time to actually beat Jack, which we can do quite easily, as Lioness does not exactly have very good defense. Or body defense specifically. And now we're in power up, which means we're going to do a whole bunch more damage. And should just knock it out right here. Yep, there we go. It's nervous, it can't tag out. Fantastic. And there we go. So that is Jack beaten. We get a payment error here. And one of our sponsorships is getting downgraded, but it's not the one we really care about all that much. It is a little irritating to have slightly less money, but we will deal with it. And now we are off to another part of the game. I'm going to jump on this real quick so that I can skip past that Guardian. And now we are heading off to mainframe. I'm going to actually get Whisper back onto the team because I do need them, and I definitely do not need the, I do not need the Beetle back anymore. Here's an exercise video, which we're just going to grab. That was, I believe, both my Attract Spray and my Athletic Spray wearing off. Anyway, you two are level 22, so I'm actually not going to do you because you can spawn at level 20, and I get absolutely demolished by getting respawned there. How do I do this? What I need to do is I need to not run into this imposter. There we go. So again, I save $50 every time I recruit a beastie at level 20 rather than higher than that. Am I gonna get a really bad respawn here because that Guardian was chasing me? Okay, that wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. Oh, come on. Let me out! So there are a few recruits we need to do around these parts, but again, once I am off the screen, stuff will start spawning at level 20 again, such as Puncture here. If I can run into them and not the Guardian. Oh, my Athletic Spray is still up, I think. That looks like my Athletic Spray is still up. Anyway, we have 3 beasties here that we need to recruit. In Puncture, Jellybat, and Gremler. Gremler, I need to apply a few certain feelings, one of which is Shook, so I'll do that there. Puncture, I need to use a combo move, and Jellybat, I need to heal 2+ times. So I am going to tag Bongus in and hope they get attacked, I think. No, Bongus does not get attacked, but we can use the combo. So that's 1 heal, and the combo move. And now on this next offensive turn, we will use Refresh to heal again. There we go. Alright. And we get a whole lot of money. If someone could please check off Puncture. The Gremler is level 21, which is annoying, but I'm actually gonna hope we're level 21 in another fight soon. Please check off Jellybat and Puncture, not Gremler. We did not get a Gremler. We'll have plenty more opportunity to get a Gremler. I'm also going to... Oh, I don't have Trap Research yet. Right, I can't do that. We'll get a Gremler in the near future. In the meantime, we have some matches to win. What's the goal here? I do need to get Dig'em out of reserves, because we're going to need to metamorph it into Dugout. And we're going to make sure it has Pep Shot. There we go. And now start setting up for our match with Elena in a little bit. And for that, we need to win a few matches against random people around here. Great. Do you have shield? Are you going to shield is the next question. Yes, unfortunate. Let's tag Bongus in. I'm thinking way too hard about this fight. But I think this should still be about as fast as I can do it. There we go. Yep. Okay. Usually it does take like 4 offensive turns to do. So there we go. That's 1. We have another one to do now, which we are going to metamorph Digimon into Dugout. And for that, I need to hit the right button on the menu. And we need to boost Dugout's spirit power 3 times. And then deal 100 plus damage with an attack, which we will be able to do very easily in just a moment. You can see spirit power at +3, so we get the KO here. And that is that match 1. Alright, I remembered why I'm not knocking things out with... If someone could check out Dugout, please. I remembered why I'm not knocking things out with Ostracized at the moment, and it's because I forgot to learn Felt. So we'll fix that in a moment. Alright, I am also going to warp over here and go to the gym. Is there anything I want to do at the gym? Oh yeah, exercise videos. Do I have any available? I have 4 available, which is nearly enough. It will get us launch, which is something we need. Launch is going to be our serving move of choice. It does a whole lot of damage. Team reserves, whisper back out. Ostracize, thump. There we go. That's the athletic spray finally wearing off. We can't register for the Crown Series yet, so I don't really need to do that. But anyway, we have more recruits to do, so I'm gonna continue messing around with stuff. Here we go. They are unfortunately level 21 at the moment, which means we will not be able to get them. I'm also gonna put Whisper in front, but we do need a Beald. These ones, we need to let boost their body power 3 times, which will happen over the course of several turns. So that's 2. And hopefully this one doesn't also click exhaust, because if it does, okay, cool, it didn't. If it does, you'll notice this one has not boosted since it wiped itself, which is obviously not ideal, because then it means it's not boosting anymore and we can't get its recurrent condition, but thankfully this one stayed up. If someone could please check off Beald. There are also a few more things we need to get here, one of which is Bendiva. Let me use the smoothie real quick. Bendiva's recruit condition is launch an attack while both of your beasties are at the net, so we're gonna get us both to the net real quick, and then launch an attack. And we do, if I haven't mentioned this yet, of course, need to actually win the fight we are partaking in order to recruit beasties from it. So we can't just lose. As nice as that would be for speed purposes, it wouldn't be fun. Anyway, there we go. If someone could check out Bendiva, please. We also need Trat. There's a Trat here. We also have a Puncture and a Gremlin that's at an appropriate level, which is fantastic. Trat's recruit condition is use 2+ defense plays, one of which can be the Stinky that we need to use to actually recruit the Gremlin. I need to actually tag Ostrich. Oh, I can use shield. Wait, shield's a defense play. Let's go. Trat mentioned. Yes, correct. There we go. So that's Trat recruited. And I can now win this fight just fine. There we go. What am I missing from here? Okay. If someone could please check off Trat and Gremler. I don't have an Imposter yet. Is there one on screen? There is not. Okay. We're gonna warp back up here because I do want to heal real quick. I still need a Posser and just a Posser, actually. We can actually, I think, beat Elena now, so I'm probably going to do that in a moment. Actually, how close are we to leveling up? We are ages away. Yeah, let's beat Elena now. Or the first half of Elena, at least. This one should be pretty easy because we have lunch. We aren't in power-up range, which means we're going to do slightly less damage. We should hopefully be fine. We don't quite knock out Freezy. Unfortunate. Tag out into Bongus. So we have a sideways move available. Go. Elena likes her meme teams, so we are going to deal with all of the shenanigans she has cooked up for us by simply playing around the wall and winning. There we go. Unfortunately, Wolf is going to tag in and take that attack just fine, but we can shield and thus not go down. She's trying to beat us by making us extremely sweaty, but we are sweatier than that, even. Okay. Not the fastest Elena. Ideally, I would have been able to knock out Freezy on Sir, but I hadn't let myself metamorph yet, so we lost a little bit of time that way, unfortunately. For that reason, we are still ages away. I would kind of really like another exercise video, but I can't have one yet. So let's try and find an Imposter, because we do need one. Oh, and there's one there. It is level 21, but I'm just gonna deal with that, because it is a quite rare spawn. We need it to take 50 plus damage without going down. So I think I'm gonna try and tag in Bongus for that, because our Ostracize is doing too much damage. Yep, bounce will do. There we go. So that's its recruit condition, and now we can win the fight. There we go. I do have to burn a League jersey on this, unfortunately, but it is worthwhile. Please check off a Posser. There is an item here that I will also grab. Let's beat the kids now, actually. Here's a way to get more experience. Or... No, what do I have in terms of jerseys at the moment? Not much. Okay. I'm going to call an audible and do stuff in a little bit of a different order, because we do have a whole bunch more recruiting to do. I want to get up to like 7 league jerseys here, and also make sure I have at least a club jersey. Okay, I do. And we're gonna go south, because there's stuff we need to do in this direction. A few things we need to recruit here. One of which is Calcroach, the other which is Demolipede, and we see both on the field right here. Fantastic stuff. Demolipede, we need to tag in a beastie to receive an attack twice. Calcroach, we need to hit with a 50 power move and have it survive. Quite similar. That's also one tag in already, which is super nice. Again, it's RNG what the opposing beasties actually do, so it can be quite annoying sometimes. I'm going to tag Humplet in, because Humplet has Raw Fury, which means it won't get redirected by Watchtower. Watchtower being the trait the Demolipede here has, meaning it'll take any attacks for adjacent allies. And there we go. The RNG has been incredibly nice to me on some of these recruits lately. Anyway, there we go. If someone could please check off a Calcroach and also Demolipede. Now we're going to continue heading south. Off to Kelly Cove Beach. We're going to do the second part of that fetch quest we started ages ago with the giant Tort Anchor Ziggy. If I can get out of the rail house. There we go. That's a quest item. And we skip that Guardian nice and handily. I do also need to use an attract spray here. As on this screen or the next, we want to recruit a Zyphosaur. Hopefully one will spawn, one didn't, so we're just going to reload real quick. And, oh, there was one that time, but I had the left key at all, and therefore there wasn't one anymore. And we're losing a little time because of it, but whatever. Again, reloading screens is not very slow. Wow, they do not want to come out right now. There we go. Alright, we can also get a gullet here, so I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to do that a little later. Anyway, that's Zyphosaurus recruit condition. We just need to deal 99 damage with an attack. Actually, hold on. We can do gullet real quick. We can do gullet really easily, actually. There we go. Yeah, let's get gullet here. Just because there is one in the match, it'll be far easier to have it and not have to worry about it later. Alright, if someone could please check off Zyphosaur and Gullet, please. Here's a Spa Salts, which we can use later. Here's a Guardian, which we need to get past. I forget if I can knock them out. I can't, so we're not going to bother. They've scaled a bunch. I unfortunately fell into the water, which means I do need to forfeit again. But now we are into Abernian Cavern. A whole bunch of stuff we need to recruit in here. First of which being Leo Rowe and Cravere here. Leo Rowe, we just need to give an easy receive, which is super easy. Cravere, we need to win using 2+ attacks without volleying, which is going to be very tricky without a Leo Rowe of our own, so we're actually just going to get Leo Rowe first. Leo Rowe has a fantastic trait called Miracle Play, which makes its free balls do more damage. And it's going to make our life significantly easier for several of the other recruits in this area. So, if someone could please check off Leo Rowe. And we'll add them to the team over Humplet, I think. We have a lunchbox on hand, but we don't have a smoothie, so I'm going to need to grab one in a minute. By that reasoning, let's actually give Bongus... Let's give Bongus Shield. Ostraci, we also want to have Flex. Oh, come on. Show up. Turtoneer. Turtoneer, we need to use 3 moves it knows. One of those is Shield, so we're going to use Shield a whole bunch. Unfortunately, I did not lead with the other beastie who actually has Shield. I might also be able to do Cravere here. Let's tag out into Bongus and hope we don't lose Ostraci here. Two shields. Right. Ostraci is down. I am just gonna, for safety, tag back out. Yeah, because they did attack into it there. Oh, did the crab trait dance me? Did I just miss that? That's unfortunate. Anyway, our Leo Bro is back up now, which I kind of forgot was the thing that would happen. I do need to click shield again. So let's do that now, and unfortunately we actually lose the match. Okay. But the Turtoneer will still be here, and we have Castle Elite now, which is going to make my life a whole lot easier because the Ostracite will no longer be sweaty. Okay. Wasn't an entire waste of time, we got the experience out of it. Check off Castle Elite, please. Okay. Let's get Bongus up front. Let's also let the Turtoneer serve so that we can start clicking shield right away, rather than later. We also see a Skorok in the back here. Skorok, I need to boost my body defense 3 times, so let's do that. Start on that real quick. Shield here. And now call out. Let's move Bongus to the front, I suppose. That's 2 shields. That's 3 shields. So that's Turtoneer's recruit condition done. I now need to actually get a free ball, or a way to hit the ball without volleying. So let's block the Skorok, and hopefully they'll attack, and we will get thus a free attack back. Except I forgot that Bongus doesn't have an attacking move right now, so we're going to continue hoping that they attack into Castle Elite, which they are going to continually not do, so we're going to hope they move to the side. And that is the wrong side, so we are going to continually hope that they attack the Castle Elite, except actually we're just going to tag in Leo Bro here, and that should also do it. As I mentioned, Leo Bro has Miracle Play, which means their free balls do damage, but also, finally, they don't move to the side. So there we go. That also gets Leo Bro a level up, which means it's going to metamorph into Brosliden. Please check off Turtoneer for me. Please check off Skorok for me. Please check off Crab Array for me. And please check off Brosliden for me. That was a very efficient fight. We have 2 more things I need to get in here, which are Proteus and Blitzswift, but also some items we want to grab. I believe there's a Pro Jersey in here, which is worth $200, and also another Spa Salt, which we might like to use. Let's go into Team Reserves and get that Turtoneer, because it could be useful. Anyway, I no longer need Flex on Castle Elite, so I can go back to having Launch, which is going to be far more useful. There's a Blitzswift. Blitzswift, I need to move or shift a beastie 2 times. If this Leo Bro doesn't move forward, then that should work here. I need to shift a beastie 2 times, exactly. Launch does that. So I can now just click Launch again into the Blitzswift, and that should get me that recruit condition, if someone could please. Once I use the Jersey, check off Blitzswift. And now we just need a Proteus, which will spawn at some point in this cave. Do I need another Super Attract Spray? No, we walked in here with it, so we should be fine. Hello, my good friend Proteus. Proteus's recruit condition is heal 15 plus stamina at a time, which we can do very easily with Refresh. So there we go, and that is every recruit in Cavern. Much more painlessly than usual. In a moment, if someone could please check off Proteus. And now we can just focus on grabbing the items we need. Over this way, there is something we need. I think it's a glimmering object. Again, $300, nothing to scoff at, so it's worth the little excursion, because that is several jerseys. This might just be a healing item. Nope, that's the Pro Jersey. There is a healing item on the screen, though, and I would like to grab that, and I would also like the Spa Salts just in case. So there are a few things we need to do later. So let's get that there. Wind through those, and now just get through this screen real quick if I don't fall into the water, which is usually not very helpful in terms of going quickly. Here I need to throw one at that mushroom. There we go. I think that's a healing item. And I need another ball from here works. Toss it over there. Hits a couple mushrooms, and now we can just sneak through here and get this boss all outside. Alright, and now we can actually take on Elena because we have a Castle Elite. So let's do that now. Let's also put someone up front who can help me if I need the help. I shouldn't need the help because I should be able to one-shot 3 of her beasties if I'm not mistaken. We will see. Yep, okay. Or we can't quite one-shot aim, but it's not going to be an issue. Anyway, block there just to save a little bit of time. We get an easy receive from blocking, which means we can just smack right back without actually volleying. Launch into Freezy. And launch into Moxie coming in for Freezy. I'm going to turn my light on now because it's getting dark out. Alright, so that's our 4th ranked coach, and we can now go register for the Crown Series, so we're going to do that real quick. I don't need to heal right now. I do need to do that. I got everything from mainframe, right? Like, I'm not missing anything out here. Mentally checking everything. We're going to get a whole bunch of phone calls from friends real quick. But I just want this warp point, really. We are now going to beat some high schoolers and then Reese. The high schoolers first. They're super easy and give us some exercise videos, which are always useful. They'll save us a little bit of grinding later, probably, on something or other, which will save us some time. Perhaps the Tort Anchor now. Anyway. To make sure I don't hit the one that won't go down to this attack. Alright. I've done Kakeliko, so next thing I'm going to do... Well, I'm going to beat Reese first, but then we're going to go down to Barrel quickly. I do have a gullet, correct? Do I have a gullet? I think I have a gullet. Anyway, there's our exercise videos. We are now going to beat Reese. I do have a gullet. Okay. Nope, are you going to knock me out? You are. That's unfortunate. Well, I lose a little bit of time here. Unfortunate. We'll deal. Let's put Fungus in. Need to lurk for a bit? No worries. Alright, there is nothing from West C that I think I need to grind. So I might actually be good to just start the 3rd grind right now. Oh, I need Servant. I need to do Canyon first. So let's do that. Let's make sure I have the league jerseys to support. Yeah, since I'm running low on money, doing the Crown Series means that I'll have more money, which is always useful. League jerseys. How many do I have? I have 0. I need, I think, like 5. Canyon. Yeah, I can just do a whole bunch of cleanup in post-game. So let's go do this real quick. Here, there's a servant here already, which is fantastic. I'd ideally like one that's higher level, though, so I'm actually gonna save it for a little bit later. We're going through this area again. Still doing this because it's still faster than going around and flipping that lever from the other side. This one is not, however. That was silly. Does Turnier have set? It does not. Webbounce, however, does have Whistle, which I can use to fulfill Noizard's recruit condition here. We also have Daredillo, which is move or shift a beastie to receive an attack, and serve it, which is attack 2+ times from the net. So I'm going to move you forward. I'm going to confident pass Whistle and free ball and get incredibly unlucky. No worries. That was annoying because that would have been a really fantastic fight. It had everything we need here. We do get a Noizard, though. So please check off Noizard for me. There is another Daredillo here. So, move or shift ABC 2+ times, similar to how Radillo earlier was move or shift ABC to receive an attack once. Unfortunately, I do need to tag out the Webbounce because it is not doing so hot, so we're going to put Bongus in and heal a bunch. Heals ally +50. Got it. Let's do that. Just to get Castle's health back up. Alright. 1. Volley refresh. And we got unlucky again. We have a servant here. We may also have a servant on this screen now that I've accidentally walked out of the screen that I intended to do all this on. But I do need to actually get the Bongus out of the front because they are not going to help me at the moment. Let's heal Castlead up and put Bongus there. Oh, come on. I am next to you. Please fight me. No Daredillo here, and I'm also not serving. Serving is a lot easier for recruiting servants, so because we need to attack twice from the net. We want them to serve, more accurately. There we go. And there's a Daredillo. Perfect. If they free ball into us, that's fantastic. Okay. 1 net attack. Do you have slice? You don't. Okay, move you forward. Two net attacks. And now we just need to wait until the Daredillo condition comes through. Okay. Move Bongus forward here, because if it clips Cut Shot, that would be the ideal one to have in the front lane, but it didn't. Okay. Castle lead forward. Do it! Thank you. There we go. Okay. This run is full of RNG. Alright, if someone could please check off Servant and Daredillo. And that is everything we need from here. We do also need a Zephyr, but we can get that up in the weld. Let's actually do that now while I'm thinking of it. That's easy enough to do before post-game. We have a couple recruits we need to do out this way. So I am going to actually... I don't have a Stinky Spray, so I need to actually not do this now, and in fact do it later. I'm just gonna head over here and get that now, because I will forget otherwise. I need to show Naveen a Trat. That's the wrong person. Where are we? Where's Trat? Trat is 80, so there. Cool. Okay, now I have a Stinky Spray. Anything I need to grind from over there? No? Okay, I think I should be good for this grind. So we need a whole bunch of levels. On a whole bunch of things. One of those is Supasum. Oh, there is one thing I need to do, actually, which is I do need to go up this way for Meadow, which I forgot about, because I need to obtain a couple more things up this way, and I am glad I remembered that, because I actually need an athletic spray in order to do the grind. There's a whole lot of stuff that happens in this run. Oh, and I don't have a C-Kit yet. Did I get a C-Kit? I did get a C-Kit. Alright, we skipped that Guardian nice and cleanly. Oh, I didn't get a Cheerilee, that's right. I knew there was something here that didn't work out. And we did eventually get a Cheerilee by simply metamorphing. Sparkling object there. We have a Grizzada here. Grizzada's recruit condition is... Oh, and we also have a Zephyr, but I don't think I'm going to get that here as opposed to anywhere else. We need to drain this beastie, which is reduce its stamina to 0, not by ball attack. And we can do that quite well with Sweat. I'm going to tag out Whisper so they don't die. Great, and there's Grizzada Drain. I should have a few Pro Jerseys. Alright. If someone could please check off Grizzada, that would be fantastic. And the other thing I need out here is a Dreppa. This one is a Guardian, which I need to skip by jumping like that. We do also want this for later, but Dreppas spawn on this screen, and the other reason we need to go here now is because we need to actually get the athletic spray that is also on this screen. Dreppa's ability is super easy, it's just make another beastie sweaty, so we've done that now. And we will need to metamorph this into Scaldra, so hopefully one of them will move forward and take this. Never mind. That's fine. Just want this to go as quick as possible, for obvious reasons. We are, after all, doing a speedrun. There we go. Oh, I don't have a Pro Jersey. Okay, that's an issue. So we're going to need to be back here in a moment. But I can come back later. I will need to be back in this area in the future, so we will do that soon. In the meantime, I will head out here, and we can start... No, I do need a Dreppa before the grind. Okay. So in that case, I need to go to shop. There's a lot to manage in this run. I don't know if you've noticed. Let's buy 2 Pro Jerseys just for good measure. I need to grind the Dreppa against the next fight, which is why I'm doing this now, or I would like to, at least. And unfortunately now, since my Attract Spray isn't up, we are going to have it at a lower level, which is sad, because we will need to get it to 41. And it means the grind is going to be slightly slower. There we go. Alright. This one has far more experience, so we'll take that. If someone could check off Dreppa, please. Let's warp back over this way. And now we have a whole bunch of stuff we need to grind. Castle Elite is one of them, but we're gonna start with, I think, these friends out. Castle Elite doesn't need experience as badly as some other things around here do. So we are simply going to go at it for a little bit. Great, so we're gonna just get a whole bunch of levels real quick, as per usual. I do actually want high level stuff in. I forgot why I want Castle Elite here, which is that having Castle Elite around will mean that the rest of my stuff gains more experience. So I'm actually going to bring them right back out, because I forgot that very important point. There we go. Okay. We also do need Castle Elite to gain some levels just in order to make the Crown series go faster. So that'll be quite helpful. Oh. Unfortunate. This does mean that I suppose we get a little more experience, because again, I get Castle Elite in on this point. And Riley does the wrong thing. Sometimes the AI goes for a KO you don't want it to go for, and that kind of slows things down quite significantly. Anyway, we're gonna be here for a while, so this is a fantastic time to read donations or whatever. Alright, I did not tag out Supasim there because I wasn't sure they were actually going to get attacked. Or not. We are notably serving into Sabretooth here because either Lioness or Manticore will do a whole lot more damage. And we want to go down as quickly as possible. Because losing points faster means more experience, more fast. There are various beasties here which we're grinding up. We need to get Supasim to level 30, we need to get Whisper to level 37, we need to get Webounce to level 32. If someone could please check off Goopster. We need to get Servant to level 38. There are a whole bunch more beasties in reserves, which we also need to grind here. I'm going to turn my light up a little bit so I can see my notes better. Do I not have the athletic spray on? Did I not use it? I'm not sure I used it yet. I don't think I used it yet. That was a mistake. Let's fix that. I've been gaining about half as much experience as I should be over the past few fights, which was an unfortunate waste of time. Especially seeing as kind of the whole point I made of going and getting Drepa was that I needed the athletic spray. There we go. This is going a lot faster now. Alright. So, if someone could please check off Mystic. I'm not sure anyone is here to check things off right now, but hopefully someone is. Oh, I right-clicked by accident, so I need to actually go into the menu and make sure Supasim actually metamorphs. If someone could please check off Supalero. Okay, someone is here checking them off. Awesome. So that's a great start. We can go to reserves and bring in a whole bunch of new friends. Who do I need from here? I need Turtoneer. I need Gullet. I need Skorok. So those will all do. Alright, Servant is now 38. So we don't need any more experience on them. Gonna rotate between the others we have at the moment for now. If someone could please check off surveys. Great. Couple more Metamorphs here. If someone could please check off Tort Anchor, and I'm going to stare at my list of stuff to see what I need to grind. I still need Humplet, I still need Proteus, I still need Calcroach, potentially. Not really. Check off Tort Anchor if I didn't say that already. Also check off Skifric, please. Oh, and I need, our good friend who we just acquired, the Druppa. Okay, back into reserves. We need Druppa. We need Proteus. We need the Humplet that is a higher level, because I accidentally got 2 of them. And we also need, we still need the Skorok, which I accidentally took out of the party. There we go. Let me make sure that one that will actually go down is up front. There we go. Okay, they will get knocked out for at least a little bit longer. Okay, apparently Proteus can go down, which is nice, but I lose a little bit of time because I didn't realize. So let's put Proteus up front, because if it's going to go down, that means it's going to be faster to have it around in the second slot. How much are we doing here? Okay, 144. Yeah, that's far better and far more consistent. Okay. And these 4 are going to be most of my Crown Series team, so having them now is nice. Proteus does need to get all the way to level 42, so having it in the second slot is also very useful for that reason, because it does need the most experience out of all of these little friends. Droppa needs to get to level 41. Humplet needs to get to level 40. Skowrock needs to get to level 38 or 39. I never remember. But we'll find out. I think it's 38. Oh, and we finally survived one. I hit the wrong side. Let's move Proteus forward so they take more damage. Unfortunately, still don't go down, but we do need to win this fight, and I'm probably going to do that on the next run around. I think Kathleen is actually going to go down here, and interestingly enough. So let's put Humplet in because they need the most experience at the moment. Okay, well that works. They're the furthest behind where I want them to be. And I did actually want to learn Heat Up there, but I forgot. Or, no, I don't need to learn Heat Up. Right. Alright, there's Droppa metamorphing into Scaldra. So this win should be pretty easy from here. And after this, we can go on to the Crown Series. Hit launch into Sabretooth here, do a whole bunch of damage. Block Manticore. Get the easy receive. And just start dealing damage over here. Knock out Sabretooth. Diggum has a very annoying / great ability called Friendship, which means its allies take 2/3 or 3/4 the amount of damage, which is very annoying for us to deal with. But either way, now Casslead is in power-up range, so we're going to start doing a whole lot more damage, such as knocking out Manticore right here, and win the fight. Okay. And now let's get ready to go to the Crown Series. I'm gonna go to the gym and give Casslead, I think, actually, who else can I give exercise videos? I can give Humplet some exercise videos. Let's just finish these grinds off real quick. There we go. Want them to be all set and ready for the next fight. There's one more fight before the Crown Series. We get a massive amount of sound effect layering here because I accidentally skipped 2 metamorphs. If someone could please check off Heliath. Also, if I didn't ask for Scaldra, please check off Scaldra. Could someone please check off Boldler? Who do we want here? We'd love to have Shield. You, we want to have Heat Up. Tough Front Bring the Heat is really ideal, actually. We'd love to have Shield. And that is a good set. Let's get ready for the Crown Series, shall we? I'm going to move Scaldra to second. Actually, I didn't check if Scaldra is Sauna. I think it is. But either way, we are about to fight God in the Funny Sports Ball game. So let's do that real fast. The reason why we want Scaldra second is because Heat Up is going to put in a ton of work over the course of this fight. I'm gonna move Scaldra to the front so that we have a Beastie in the front row. I can block here so that Castellite survives. Anyway, over the course of this fight, Sweaty is going to do the majority of the damage we need done. You'll notice Shloom here is using Sting a whole lot, which is quite irritating. I'm going to tag in Boldler here because it will frankly survive a lot better than Proteus will. And there we go, we are almost there now. Just a quick breath to make sure you aren't going to knock me out with Tracker, right? Yeah, no shot. And there we go. That's Shloom. Real fast. Alright, and now we can actually go do the Crown Series proper after we heal, of course. I am going to also buy some healing items in the shop up here, and probably some jerseys while I'm here as well. I'd like a whole bunch of electrolytes. Well, okay, I can only buy 16, so we're gonna buy all of those, and do I have any objects I can sell? I do. We're going to... 16 electrolytes should, realistically, I think, be enough. But I'm gonna go a little higher just to be safe. We'll buy jerseys later. Anyway, into the Crown Series we go. Put Proteus back up front because we need them to get a little bit more experience, so they metamorph into Hydroll. I also forgot to actually bring Calcroach out, which is unfortunate, so we're gonna have to grind it a little bit later. Anyway, here's Celia. We don't one-shot. That's unfortunate. I might forfeit halfway through so that we can bring Calcroach in and get them the experience they need. Anyway, Celia's super easy. We're just gonna click launch a whole bunch. No, I'm not gonna... do I want to forfeit for the sake of getting Debuggly some experience? Yeah, I think I do. If someone could please check off Proteus. Actually, I will do it if my athletic spray is up, but I don't think it is. If it is up, then I might. There is a fight we lose at the end of the Crown Series. Spoilers. That will just be incredibly worthwhile to grind something on, and there is a checkpoint halfway through the Crown Series. So that will help us with actually being able to change our lineup, if I so desire. Oh, I don't kill. Should have used the defense combo. Oops. Oh well. I forgot to actually go to the gym and get Castellite the probably preferred ability in Overwork. But we still have Power Up, and Power Up is by all means a very good damage boosting ability once we actually, have it active. Oh, and Grundle still survives, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna move Castellite to the side so they survive here. Actually, are you clicking Tool? You use Prepared Attack. Right, okay, you don't have Tool yet. Good, good, good. Okay, we're surviving. We're surviving. I am making mistakes and losing time, but we will make do. I guessed incorrectly as to who was going to tag out, which is really bad because Baz is now going to nettle me and knock me out, but if I tag a Scaldrean, I should hopefully be fine. All of these are on very low HP, so we should be fine as long as, again, I hit the correct one here. I think Grendel's probably not going to tag out by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 2 points. And 3 points. I forgot why I have Heliath up front usually. So let's fix that real quick. First of all, let's heal Castellite up. Heliath has Dramatic Exit, which is super useful for making sure Castellite doesn't get hit. Anyway, here's Marlin. Let's launch into Noir to start. Bluey, what are you going to do? You're going to click Super Commit. Let's just block you, and then... Oh, you're going to click Overpower. Right, and I don't think I have cheer. Oh, I do have cheer still. Awesome. So we can just knock out Bluey right here. Fantastic. Vigor Beam will actually be very useful in the near future, so I maybe should have learned that there, but... the dramatic exit into someone. Hydrome works. Goldie here is going to use a defensive move, but it's fine because we can't quite knock out Noir. How tragic. Oh, they're knocking out Hydrome. That's fine. We're losing time because the Crown Series in any percent is routed very meticulously. The Crown Series in this is not routed in the slightest yet. I think Goldie is using Inspiring Defense here. Oh no, Bluey came in. Okay. Interesting. Alright, now Goldie's going to use Inspiring Defense, surely. So it should win it here. Nope. Okay. I am not predicting the AI very well right now. Surely now. Debugly we have not acquired yet. Thank you for checking. We do have Calcroach, we do not have Debugly. There we go. And after a long ordeal, we have beaten Marlin. I am going to actually forfeit against Barnes because I do want to get Calcroach here. So let's get out of here and we get the game over screen. Where the Sports King is very sad about us losing the Crown Series because he had such a big plan. And we get a restart here and also a full heal, which is nice. Let's get that Calcroach. You can join over Boldler. And we can just head right back in, and we get a checkpoint after beating Marlin, so it'll be Barnes here, which is fantastic. Heliath having cheer is just super useful because it boosts Castle's power attacking stats, which is, you know, I don't think I need to understand why having attacking stats being higher is good for the purposes of a speedrun. It's quite good. I'm gonna use Dramatic Exit here to make sure Castle doesn't get hit. And unfortunately, probably going to get Cyclone here. Yeah, which is going to slow me down a little bit. But we'll make do. I can always just tag Castle right back in. There we go. What's happening on this turn? I'm just gonna watch. Judging what the AI is going to do is a very important skill in this run, and I am quite good at it, but not fantastic. When there is an obvious choice, such as a KO, it becomes much easier. When there is not an obvious thing like a KO, it becomes slightly harder. Here it's going to be challenged into the front row, so I should tag in the Hydrome. You're going to tag in the Zephyr here, so I will just do a bunch of damage. Air Blast is going to kill, but I think I'm fine with that here. I will simply lose a point, and then get Castle back in mostly safely. Does Castle come back in safely? No. Okay. So in that case, we're going to Goliath. And clicking Raw Fury into Lewis, who should die even if they shield. There we go. Okay. bit of an ordeal of a crown series we have going here because I forgot to change to the other damage boosting ability on Castle Elite, but we will make do. Whole lot of friends now. Beasties develop relationships over the course of playing with each other. Alright, we have one more fight we need to win, and that is against Jean here. I forgot to give myself Vigor Beam, so this is going to be a bit slower. Unless I have... Okay, it's... Trying to figure out what the optimal option for winning this fight as quickly as I can is, and in the time it takes me to do that, I am wasting some time. Do I knock out Foucault through a block? I think I do. Not quite. Okay. That's unfortunate, but fine. Oh, you're probably gonna... Okay, you're gonna set here, and I can block you. Alright, and now I think I can knock out Phantom through a block. Yeah, there we go. Foucault should tag out here. Got it. Quick launch over here. Dramatic exit out into something that can take these hits that are coming its way. Oh, Fennon's back up, which is quite annoying, actually. So yeah, this is going quite slowly, but we will make do. Are you gonna kill me through block? You might kill me through block. Yeah, so we're gonna shield there instead. Make sure Castle Elite doesn't go down, and also get our damage boosting going. I think we should have it here pretty much. Actually, we might see... Nope, we kill with launch. Awesome. There we go. And that's the last fight that matters in the Crown series. So we are now going to put Calcroach up to the front and lose this final match real quick. Just move them to the front to make sure they go down here. There we go. Get them a whole bunch of experience, and hopefully get them all the way to Debugly, although I'm not sure we're going to get there. Alright, we will have one more grind in the post-game, so it's fine. What have I not done? I have not done Path. I think I'm going to do Path first. Anyway. So, during the credits, in-game time is paused, so I am actually going to take a quick break and also think about things. RTA, that of course does not have to happen, but we do allow pausing, and since the timer already pauses so kindly for us, it is worthwhile. There we go. That is the final boss, sort of, not really. But we are going to head home, and I will be right back with the last third of this run, more or less. See you in a second, and enjoy the credits music. Alright, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay. We have some more credits music to go, so I am going to look at the things I still need to do. I still need to do the west half of the sea, which includes the Tawny Wilds. I did not do Domain Park, so I think the order of operations here is going to be Domain Park first and then Atalaya Path. I need a Zephyr still, so I'm going to be getting that in Atalaya. Then we need... Oh, I guess I do need to do Grove later, so Path should actually probably be, like, last. Realistically. Path should be last, because I haven't done it yet. Anyway. Okay. Quickly, because we're nearly there, shoutouts to Maxo, and let's get back into it. Okay. First thing we're doing, yeah, let's do all the stuff around Rutile first. Okay. Ready to go? Let's go. Okay. So, we spawn back in Rutile. We need some specific friends on our roster. We're gonna need our Goofster back out, because they have some useful moves for this upcoming thing. We are going to need our Bongus, wherever they went. They're up at the start, and I need to remember that. And we are going to need our Cheerilee. We have a Recruit we need to do, and also a Metamorph we need to do. So I'm gonna put these ones up front. I'm also going to use an Attract Spray. And we are going to head off this way and get started on the late game recruits, the post game recruits. Do I have jerseys? No, let's fix that real quick, because that is actually very important. We do, in fact, need jerseys to recruit things. Hadn't thought about that one before. Jersey, we need, I think, like 5 or 6, so I'm just gonna be on the safe side there. We're gonna need, like 3-ish pro jerseys. Alright, let's work down here, because this will be a quicker return to the screens we need to be on in order to recruit. Of course, I do need to get past the Beatles. Go on, become rivals, sure, whatever, see if I care. We need to get a Build It here, one of the other 2 starters that unlocks once you beat the game. There's unfortunately not one on the screen right now, despite an Attract Spray being up, so we are also going to go try and get an Axolotl, and there is one on screen. Fantastic. So, we also see Sephron here. Good. We do need a Sephron. So, we need to reset this one because I forgot to give Booster Cheer again, and I did this last run as well after giving it Whistle to get Noizard, and I just forgot. We will make do. Do I have a Shuga already, chat? Shuga is not marked. Okay. Alright, we're going to tag Bongus in now because we need to set Drum up. This is in service of getting Cheerilee to metamorph into Masquery. Nope. I don't have Drum. Okay, we're restarting again. Don't need call out. Do need Drum. There we go. Okay. Just Axolotl and Sephron this time. We will have plenty of chances for Shuga. Okay. The extinct beastie metamorphs are some of the trickiest things in the run just because of how long it takes to set them up. Three, four. What we need to do is we need to boost Charity's body power to +6 while Rhythm is on the field. And so I need Bongus to set up Drum here. And now I need to tag Goopster back in. So there we go, that's +6, and I also need to make sure I still get Sephron's Metamorph condition, which I don't here, but we will make do. Okay, if we could please mark Axolotl. And also Masquerade. I can get a Collider at Lake, but I can also just get one on this screen. If there's one showing, that would be nice. Don't need any of these moves. You're leaving the party in a second. Is there a Collider on screen? There is not. Okay. Build it. There is a build it. I do not need a serve it. Okay. Do you have a special volley? I think you do. You can have set. That'll work. Build its recruit condition is 2+ special volleys. So these two each have one. Unfortunately, I can't use set if Masquerade doesn't get an easy receive, so we're going to deal with the consequences of that. And I can also get Shugo while I'm here, which is nice. I cannot get Sephron because I am not getting lucky. Alright. If we could please mark Build It and Shuga. And now I'm going to reset this screen for Collidarn. There's one up there. I'm going to hope there's a Sephron along with it. There is. Fantastic. Collidarn, I simply need to deal 100+ damage in one hit, which is very easy to do. Sephron, however, I need to move 3 times, so we're going to get started on that now. Right. Here we are. And they did a very nice thing and lined up for me so that I am absolutely positive one of them will get hit by this. There we go. Alright, if we could check off Collidarn, if we could check off Sephron. What am I missing? Do I have a Kalarva? I believe I have a Kalarva. Can we check that I have a Kalarva checked off? I am now gonna go... Let's do Domain next. Yeah, is anyone marking right now? I'm not sure someone's marking right now. Pix, can you hop into the recruit document and make sure stuff's checked? Kalarva is checked. Okay. Anyway, a couple things we need to recruit on these screens, one of which is Fruitbolts here. I'm going to make sure Bongus is up front, and Drum and Refresh is a perfect moveset for this purposes. Can I actually run into you, though? That would be nice. So Fruitbolts, I need to restore stamina 5 or more times. That is 3 right there. Well, it's going to be 3 after I actually heal from Drum. Great. And that's 5. I'll make it 6 for good measure and win. Unless the Debugly moves back, in which case I will certainly be over 5. Oh, and I also have Debugly's recruit. So I get some research for Debugly, which is nice, because despite the fact that I'm not going to be spending a jersey on it, it does mean I get a whole bunch of money, which is very useful in the end game when I have a lot of very expensive jerseys I need to buy very quickly. Alright, if we could check off fruit bulks, please. I am also going to need a magpike around here. I'm going to put Goofster up. Are these two besties? I think they're besties. Calcroach we're rivals with, though, so actually I'm going to put them up front, because that means we'll get a rivals attack, and that'll be super good for recruiting a magpike. Is there one here? There is. Fantastic. We still need to actually get the star jersey around here, so we're going to do that in a moment. Yep, rivals just knocks them right out. Awesome. And I'm going to add magpike to the team right away. If someone could please check off magpike. Are you trusting? You are trusting. Fantastic. Add you to the team. We don't need masquerade anymore, so let's take them off. Couple more items we need to grab around here. There is a star jersey over this way, if I remember where I spawn on this screen. Okay, someone is there. Good to know. Thank you. I need to grab a ball and start throwing it at things. That is some litter, not a ball. I need a ball. There we go. Doing this post-game is actually a lot slower than doing it pre-game, simply because the balls are not in quite as convenient places for doing this little puzzle here, but we will make do. Here, watch another track spray. Not right now, because I'm going to need a sink spray in a moment. Let me zip past this guardian real quick so we can get that sparkling object and then warp out. There's also a pro jersey in the southern half of Domain Park, which I'm going to grab real quick. Again, $200 is nothing to scoff at. There's a guardian here who I may be able to sneak past. Yep, there we go. Okay, awesome. Nice and quick. Slipping in and out to do a mark or two. I appreciate it nonetheless. That was a awful throw. Let's do it from here, which is the correct spot. So we can get the pro jersey down here. There we go. Okay, next up, we should do Garude. And I'm going to do Magpike while also doing Garude. I need to boost its body power to 3 or more and then have it wipe itself, so we're going to do that with Tough Front and Goofster. There is a Garude up here. Alright. That is +4. Commence the self-wiping by way of Tough Front. Oh, Goofster goes down, which is not ideal. But that does mean Magpike is a little lower to begin with, which helps. Let's heal Goofster real quick and just try again. Go. Oh dear, now Magpike is still alive, but barely. This is quite rough, actually. If Magpike doesn't get attacked this turn, we're fine. Okay, we are fine. Good news, everyone. Okay. Just make sure we don't lose now. Cool. We're good, we're good. Bit of a scare. We made it. If someone could please check off Garud and also Maraptor. I still need to do Wilds, I need to do West Sea. Alright, Maraptor's all set. But I'm gonna do Weld first. Let's use that stinky spray. Alright, we're using a stinky spray here to actually lower the level of beasties we run into. I am also going to find my Troglum. 40, there we are. Here we are going to recruit Zephyr, Armantis, and Albrax. And we see all of them here, which is fantastic news. Albrax we need to tag out 3 times in order to recruit. For Zephyr, we need to move 3 times, and for Armantis, we need to take less than 10 damage from an attack. So let's move Bongus back here. Volley, free ball. Get our movements off. Let's shield here and hope that they attack Castlete, which they don't. Unfortunate. Move, refresh, free ball, get cycloned, be upset. Okay, we have completed Albrax, not Zephyr yet. We can shield Bongus here and get unlucky once again. That's bad. I am going to not do Armantis here, unless I can help it, which I can't. And I think I just get unlucky there. Okay. Sometimes things go wrong. I don't want Calcroach to have shields. That doesn't matter. Alright. There, okay. There is no Albrax this time. There's Armantis, successful. That's 2 moves. This will be 3 moves. Zephyr might actually be 4 moves. Yeah, okay, it's 4 move actions. Got it. Oh, nice, and they moved to the side for me. See, that's what I want them to do. Okay. If we could have Zephyr checked off and Armantis checked off. And now I just need an Albrax to appear. There's one up here. So I just need to tag out 3 times, which is easier said than done. There's 1. Here's 2. Okay, we get lucky with the sideways move there. Here's 3. If I can click, there we go. Alright, if someone could check off Albrax, please. Okay. Now that I've actually recruited it, go right ahead. There is a healing item up there, I think, but I'm honestly all right on them at the moment, so I'm going to leave it be. We need to go over here to metamorph the Troglum I added to our party. We don't need it to level up at all, and I always forget that I can't run around the right side of that tree. Stinky Spray is nice because it means there are less wild beasties here. Anyway, I'm going to make this Guardian disappear. If you forgot we could do that, now you remember. There we go, and the cutest little cutscene in the game, which we can't skip. Love to see it. If someone could please check off Vagabond. Alright, I'm gonna go to Grove now. Attract Spray. We have Bongus already, which is nice. We do need the Stinky Spray to wear off, ideally, but we also need Bongus to touch this mushroom. So let's just, once again, make Iligas disappear real quick. Oh, Iligas reappeared. We already have Scrubba. We need Waddle and Spreco from here, and I think that's it. Let me make sure Bongus has Call Out. Iligas has reappeared and is coming back with a vengeance. I am simply going to reset the screen until the Spreco appears. I'd like my beasties to get out of the way so I can see. Well, there are Waddle here, and those I do need as well. No Spreco in the back, so we're just gonna get a Waddle here. Waddle, I need to boost something's Spirit Defense 3 times, so that we will, as always, be doing with Call Out. Move that Spreco has since the very beginning of the game, and we are very grateful for that. There we go, that's Waddle. Let me make sure I hit the right button. Alright, please check off Waddle for me. There's a Spreco. Okay, Spreco, we just need to set a field effect, so I am going to use Drum on the next offensive turn. There we go. Doing this recruit a little bit slower than I would if I got slightly luckier or also successfully gave up serve, but I did not successfully give up serve, so here's our first Spreco. There's a club jersey there. We're gonna add them to the team right away. We don't need Barkabon around anymore. So let's get Iligas out of here one more time. There we go. Spreco metamorphs to Iligas. Please check off Iligas for me. Also check off Spreco too, if you don't mind. Alright, I'm gonna go to Begonia, because we need some jerseys for the Alps real quick. And I need to go into the correct one, which is over here. I need 2 star jerseys. And I'm going to find one on the way. That is all. I've messed with the route quite a lot during this run, which has thrown me off somewhat at times, but we are now in a new region, which is a post-game region, the Alto Alps. There are a few things we need to recruit here, which we're going to do probably at the top, because we'd ideally like to knock them all out in 1 encounter if we can, but 2 if we can't. There's an athletic spray there, which we're going to use for our last grind of the run. And in the meantime, we have some platforming to do. Welcome to Celeste. and I fell off. There we go. That's what that's supposed to do. Welcome to Celeste Chapter 4. We have a smoothie over here, and I'm going to grab the respawn this time because I didn't last run and then I messed up a whole bunch of times. Here is the 3rd star jersey we're going to need on the top, so I'm going to grab that here and jump a little too far there. That jump is a lot harder to make than it looks. It's a pretty tight timing window, honestly, for a game that isn't really about platforming. Anyway, throw a ball over there so we can get it later. I would not like another attract spray right now. I missed my throw there. Unfortunate. But I need another ball so I can throw it at this rope and get that down so I can climb up here. What's this item? I'm just gonna check because I forget. 3 exercise videos. That's not particularly useful, but not unhelpful. It's pretty unhelpful, I won't lie. We don't need them at this point in the run. Anyway. One more platforming screen. Throw a ball down here so it hits that gate. There we go. And we are at the top of the mountain. And we have some recruiting and also some grinding to do here. So I'm going to go into reserves, pick up Axolotl, and build it. And we have Calcroach already, and I don't think there's anyone else I need to metamorph. But here is the final fight against Jack. Let's put Calcroach up to the front. We just need Calcroach to get 2 levels, and our experience is going to be a little bit less efficient towards that end until we get these 2 little ones off the field. Or until we... more accurately, the little one's experience is going to be bad until we get the Calcroach off the field. So we're going to be continually tagging them out so that they both gain experience here. Once Calcroach becomes Debugly, we're going to make sure that that Castlelead's on the field so that I get much more experience from this. If someone could please check off Hop Song. I have a feeling I have a lot more marked. Chat, if you could go through and find ones in odd areas that aren't marked yet, that would be great. If someone could please check off Handicoot. I know that I have not done a couple in the Chroma C, mainly Metamorphs. I don't have a Silusk yet. I don't have Flowish. I don't have anything from Sunken Stadium. I don't have anything from Tawny Wilds. Please check out Debugly. Mainly, I'm just wondering, is there something somewhere that I've forgotten? Alright, now that we have Debugly, we can put Castlelead up front and start gaining much more experience. Having a Beastie at level 53 when we're fighting a level 64 team does wonders for the experience gain of these level 19 Beasties. We're actually going to be gaining more experience over the course of this grind. It won't quite show, of course, because the experience we need to actually level up increases. Oh, I forgot to get Squimmage first. Right, that's why I do it in a particular order. I have exercise videos for Squimmage. Hold on, let's go. Should Tawny Wild Beasties be checked? No, thank you, Misty. And also, hello. Good to see you. 31. $32. I have exercise videos. I remembered that there are exercise videos, and those can actually get me Squimmage, so I can go around this way, and it's not slower. Well, not by much. Sephirin and Shuga. I believe I got both. Alright, Hop Song has hit level 34, which is all it needs to. I think. Yes, cool. And Hedakoot needs to be 36. And Kaleidarn. I believe I did get them. I think that was the very brief period of time where people weren't around. But we will check at the end of the run. Or, no, I can check now. I'm gonna go into reserves anyway. Yes, we have those? Okay, thank you, Mermaid. I trust chat more than me on this. I got Sephirin and Kaleidarn in the same match, I think. Shuga, I think I got when I was trying to get something else. You were Mid-Celeste, gotcha. Understandable. Anyway, that's the grind. So now we have some recruiting to do on the screen. We are going to let's go into reserves now, actually. Yes, I have Sephirin and Shuga. Let's get some beasties which are higher level out, and we also need something that's going to be able to debuff. What should that be? Oh gosh. No, that should be Hopra. Hopra gets Jammer. I need to remember that. Lunaptra and Delusia here. Hopefully Delusia will hit Cyclone on one of us or something. Or wait, hold on, I learned Dramatic Exit by accident. That'll work. Okay. So that's Delusia's recruit condition, which is just to use an effect on a bench beastie. Lunaptra's is to land 3 body attacks, so we're going to do that real quick. Attack back out to Hopper because they have the best body defense out of anything here, and definitely the best spear defense. And this will be the 3rd body attack, assuming nothing moves. Cool. Okay. There we go. And now we just need one more recruit from up here, which is Ymith. Please check off Lunaptra and Delusia. I'm going to use an attract spray now so that more beasties appear. And we're looking for the moose. This is quite unlucky. There we go. I'm gonna have Hopra served here, because we just need to lower one of its stats, and we can do that very easily with Jammer. Move Cassidy to the front so we can win the fight more easily. There we go. If someone could please check off Ymith. Okay. I need West Sea and Tawny Wilds. I also need Neptune Stadium. I do need to go to Barrel still. So we're going to do that for purchasing items and also talking to Autumn, because I need to get Ziggy to actually be out of the way. I have a sparkling object I can sell. Sure. Buy items. Pro jerseys. How many do I have? I have 3. I need 3 for wilds and more for sunken. And I really need one more, but don't have the money for it right now. But I can also find one in Sunken. So let's do Sunken first. There are a few recruits we need in here. All of which I think these beasties should suffice for. Let's get this Guardian. So I'm going to actually do the quest and get the Star Jersey here, I think. Riplash. I need to take 60 plus damage from an attack from this beastie, which I may be able to do right here, or I may get unlucky. But I could also just use Dramatic Exit in a moment, so I'm probably going to do that. I do also need Squimmage. And there is one in the back here, which is fantastic. Who will you do enough damage to? You won't do enough damage to any of these. That's unfortunate. Alright. That's Squimmage's recruit. The main thing is, can I actually get Riplashes? If Riplash is in the back row, it's going to be quite hard. So I may actually just forgo that for now. Or I can move Hopper to the front. Hold on, this might work. If I de-exit into Debugly, is that enough? It's 1 damage short. Oh, it's 50 plus damage. Okay. Never mind. We're fine. We're so fine. I thought it was 60 for some reason. I think I'm thinking of Crawlurk. Please check off Riplash for me. Please also check off Squimmage for me. Add Squimmage to the team. And we're gonna head over this way. Musclebound, we need to receive 3 body attacks. But I didn't give that one serve, so it's going to be slower, and I also still need to go through here, but also I need to not run into Guardians. Oh, there is an Orgella here, which is fantastic, because we do need one of those. Gonna jump on the rubble pile here to get the security card without this Hydrolm chasing me, hopefully, and I'm going to fail. Okay, can I grab this? There we go. Alright, let me out. There we go. Orgella, I need to wipe out this beastie. There is also a Musclebound. So I may receive some body attacks here, which is the idea. Yep, free ball, that's 1. Oh. Squimmage has launcher now? How does Squimmage have launcher now? That's odd. Anyway. That should be a body attack as well. Oh, it's Mimicry. Duh. Oh, I hit the wrong side. Okay. Well, we're getting nothing then. It has Mimicry. I'm just forgetting. Anyway, we have the security card now, so we can make some progress towards getting the Star Jersey in the basement here. Which will help because it means I have an extra jersey. There's a Musclebound. I ran past it. There's an Orgella that's a Guardian. There's a Musclebound that is not a Guardian. And also 5 billion Xylusks. Alright, 1. too. Can anything survive this? Castleet can. Probably. Hopefully. 3. There we go. Okay. Alright. If someone could please add Musclebound, that would be great. I need to go down into the basement. I am forgetting that. Skip the cutscene. I am not, in fact, fighting the Diabloceras. We will be getting one of those on our own time. Orgella. Fantastic. Launch. Knocks it out immediately. Awesome. Cool. Someone mark off Orgella, please. I think that's everyone from here, if I'm not mistaken. I got Riplash. I don't have a Silusk, but I'm getting that from Cerise. I can also get a Spreco here, which is fantastic. As I do need one of those. All right. Please do me a hot favor and check off Spreco 3. We are adding them to the team immediately. Is there a Silusk here right now? No, we are going to reset the screen until there is. Although I can get a Silusk later, it's also nice to be able to just get one now. I need to hit them with 2 mind attacks. Tag out for Vandercraft. Oh, well, it's going to be a little more annoying to do so if the gullet becomes noisy, so let me just free ball real quick. Please don't whistle again, thank you. Thank you. There we go. The gullets are being very annoying, and I'm also not attacking with the beastie I probably should. Here we go. There we go. We have the beastie who's actually high level in the front row. If someone could check off Silusk, please. Anyway, Ziggy's gone now. I have a Spreco. I need Bongus in my party. We are going to do Shloom now. I need Diablo on Shloom. I can do Diablo later on something else. Let me reserve Iligus real quick. And make Circus disappear. View replays. Ideally, with a replay skip, you actually want to pick a replay that doesn't really have very much going on anyway. There we go. Please check off Circus for me. Okay. Don't need any of these. Please, in a moment, once we win this fight, we're gonna check off Shloom. I forgot it has shield. That's annoying. And going to slow me down very slightly. Unfortunate. Yeah, you can mash through the replay and it doesn't cost any time, but it does actually need to, like, get through a bunch of the attacks, or it does tend to. So it's faster to get one where nothing happens in the replay and it skips it faster. Anyway. Okay. Can someone please check off Shloom, and also let me know what I don't have? I know I don't have, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get, Petula and Seekit onto the team. And then I'm gonna bring Mystic, I think. We're gonna warp out here, Flowish and Voltoxin. I have Boulder. I can confirm that I have Boulder. Okay. So we are going to the west half of the sea, and we are hopefully going to run into a whole bunch of Petula on the way so we can beat them. There's one up there. Oh, there's a Remorph on the sea. Fun. Alright, one Petula. Where's the Remorph? There's a Remorph somewhere. I'm gonna go around the long way, because that means I'm more likely to find more of these friends. Two Petula. No more Petula, but I'm just gonna run into something and hope there's a Petula, and there isn't, and I'm going to be very sad. This is more like what happened in my, like, first or second run. Oh, I would love if you were Petula, but you aren't. Diablo has not happened yet. Thank you for checking, though. There is a Petula there. Alright. Can we check off Voltoxin, please? Diablo I can actually make happen here, now that I think about it. Do I have a call-out user? No, let's bring Shloom back out. Where are you? There we are. Don't need Voltoxin anymore. So let's have these two up front. Oh, there's a was that a Petula? It was! Fantastic. There we go. So I need to do this at some point, so now is a great time to do it. I need to boost all of its defenses 4 times? Is 4 correct? One. Or is it 3? I think it might be 3. 3. Okay. 2, 3. Alright. I don't have Trade Dance. Well, I probably should have still beaten that Petula. I don't have Trait Dance yet. Let's get someone who does. Who does? Something has Trait Dance, surely. What has Trait Dance by level up? Trat. Are you a high enough level to have Trait Dance? I don't think you are. Surely something has Trait Dance. Does nothing have Trait Dance? Am I going to Gamboge? I think I'm going to Gamboge. There's a gym here, right? Is there not a gym here? I don't think there is a gym here. Well, I'm going here to get the warp point, at least. Athletic Spray wore off, that's fine. No gym. So let's just go to mainframe real quick. We're gonna give Squimage a level so that it can learn Trait Dance. There we go. And right back out. It learns it really late? Okay. I just forgot. What am I missing? I'm missing Flowish. There's a Petula over there, but there's also one over here, which is on the way. So let's do that here. Hopefully they will careful shot the front row. Nice. So that's +2. We are guaranteed to get +3 next turn. Never mind. Well, we get flowish here at least. All right. We will simply do so against one of the beasties in the wilds and cope. Do I have the pro jerseys? I'm not sure I have enough pro jerseys. I have just enough jerseys. Fantastic. Okay, I have 3 jerseys and I need 3 jerseys. As I said many times this run, the jerseys, the money is a struggle. Okay. We got Mudsley here. For that, we're gonna want Mystic up front, but I'm also going to Protein Bar Shloom real quick. Let me do this. Make you sweaty. There we go. Overpower will knock out the Glidarn. There we go. Alright, please check Mudsley. This area is incredibly difficult to navigate. Okay. Alright, we see a Crawler here. Can I deal 60 plus with the serve? I can. Fantastic. Okay, so Crawler here, and next we need Conjar, and I might actually just go to the Alps for that now that I think about it. Alright, Shloom in. Rough Fury into Squimmage, thank you. 1, 2. Are you gonna kill me? No. Okay. Three. I can tag out Shloom. All right, Volley, Trait Dance, and launch. I'm gonna go to the Alps for Conjar. Please check off Crawler for me. Please check off Diablosaurus for me. Oh, I think this is sub 3. I think this is sub 3. Oh, we're so close. If I just have everything, this is sub 3. And it will be as soon as the recruited screen pops up for Conjar. There we go, that's Diablo. Castle to the top. Up to... I didn't get base camp. We're going to Meadow. This will be faster because it's easier to reset the Alp screen. I'm running into this. Oh god, everything sucks. Conjar, Conjar, Conjar. We're so close. Conjar! Launch. Block. Okay. And thumb. $258.20. Let's check it. Let's make sure. Let's not waste any time. Hello, Soul. 106. Oh. I kind of wasn't expecting to get it today. just a little over 3 hours RTA. I'm guessing with a bit more practice, it will be under 3 hours. RTA. We did it! That was like my 4th run of this category. The first one was 4.5 and it was awful and I hated everything. We got there. Thank you to everyone in chat throughout this run who helped me by keeping track of things. I think we had Sky Blue Star Moon, we had Demonic Mermaid, we had Selkoth Mind, we had Pixie of Ice, we had Misty Palms. I'm sure there was someone else as well. That's most of them. But either way, we got there. We got the sub 3. If you're watching this from Complete-a-thon submissions, hi. If you're Osmorn, hi. Miss you. Gonna do another one of this tomorrow, probably. But hey, we got there. Yeah, we're 1.5 hours ahead of the first try at this, and that was like, what, like a week and a half ago? Super happy of how this is going. Obviously, there was still a lot of scuff everywhere because this run is so much to keep track of, but we got the sub 3 hour. So, also shout-outs to a bunch of the people I mentioned who helped with the route, and I think one more person, I think Kesafim or Phoenix helped with the route a whole bunch as well. I accidentally pinned a message in chat. I accidentally deleted said message. Oh well. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube watching this, I do streams live on Twitch at Hallow. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful time zone.